Oh. Today, we have a nearly 29-pound box full of a Yu-Gi-Oh collection, and I don't really know what's all in here. What's up, Breaker Army? I'm CardBreaker. Welcome back to another epic video. You guys know one of my favorite things to do is to go through collections, whether it be vintage, modern. Of course, the vintage is where most of my heart is at. However, modern stuff is pretty fun to go through as well. Our good friend Dark Zeus 89, and make sure that's his name, yes, Dark Zeus 89, hit us up and said, hey, I need some help with my collection. Are you willing to help me out? Of course we are. So he sent us this box that I did not expect it to be as big as it was. He sent me some photos of some of the stuff he was trying to sell, whether it be videos of like modern stuff, some of the older stuff. I'm like, you know what, just send it to me, I'll help you guys out. Which, like, quick disclaimer, if you guys want help with your collections, I usually prefer to put my hands on it first just so I can go through it, verify conditions for myself. That's just my normal process, and we can talk through the details. I'll save that for another time. But he hit me up and said, hey, you know, will you be willing to help? Of course, yes, I'd be happy to check it out. I just wasn't expecting it to be nearly 29 pounds. We got a big box to go through. It's to my right now down there on the floor because I'm not about to be carrying this thing as we go through it. So let's dive into their box and see what we've got. Now, there is a giveaway for today's video. He did include 3 Blue Eyes structure decks. I just don't know where they are from the box. So you guys just got to trust me and believe me. If I can't find them, then of course I'll add something in the middle of this video for the giveaway. But make sure you guys do enter for it. So to enter for a chance to win, make sure you leave a like on today's video. Make sure you're a subscriber and make sure you guys ring that bell. And let me know your favorite. Let's go couple items. You know, I always say like 1, 2, or 3. So pick your favorite item. Whether it's a card or a collectible piece, because I really don't know. With as much stuff that's packed inside this box, I hope it's not all bulk. You know, with it being nearly 28 pounds, there could be some bulk in here. I really don't know at this point. Or some miscellaneous collectible piece, or one of the binders. You know, you guys might pick the binders being one of your favorite. But we're all here for the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the shiny cardboard, so let's dive into our box. That was a lot. Okay, so I pulled out a couple items. There was this first binder here, so this is a smaller binder, and I'm going to try and save all the binders for later. There's supposed to be a bunch of decks in here, which you guys will see in just a second. So we'll put this binder back down here. So like I was saying, there's a couple decks. So I don't know if I want to try and help him sell these decks as complete. You know, if you guys, so basically for anything you guys see in this video, it'll pretty much all be up for sale, minus anything I might want to keep for myself. But if you guys see any of these decks, I don't remember what decks they are. But if there's a completed deck that you guys do want to purchase, just, you know, let me know. Most of the stuff will be on a commission sale. So I'll just make sure the price, of course, is right. So we've got 1, 2, and then this is actually a pretty cool deck box. I don't know what this is. One of you might know. Is that a One Piece? Is that One Piece? No, that's not One Piece. What are you? Maybe it'll open to whatever it's supposed to be. Because I don't know. All right, let's check out this first deck box. Oh, wait. Is this the giveaway? Maybe this is the giveaway. I think it is. Yes, this is the giveaway. Okay, so that's actually hilarious that our first thing we got into is the giveaway. So, yes, there are 3 of these Blue Eyes decks that we're going to give away to you guys. So we'll just do 3 different winners. Track shipping will be covered, preferably in the United States. If you guys are international, let's try and work out something. But because track shipping international is like 20 or 30 bucks, especially for something like this. But we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. So there's our giveaway for the video. Put that deck box to the side. And then our next one, the blue one, let's see if this is a deck. Okay, so this is not a deck. Well, I thought there were some decks he had sent me. Maybe he actually took them all apart and like deconstructed them prior to sending me this stuff, which that's fine. I'm not against that at all. So I do like these deck boxes. These are nice. What are these? These are BCWs. Wow. Okay. Actually pretty good quality. So our first 2 cards we pulled out of there that were in the back, those 2, nothing crazy. So again, I know of some of this stuff in this collection. A lot of it is going to be kind of a mystery though. So let's see, we've got some of the promos from the structure decks. Ooh, we got the Blue Eyes. I actually got them all. You know, we might include those 2 at the giveaway. We'll figure it out when the time comes. And then, oh, we've actually got a bunch of the older 10 promos, and then some newer Stampede QCRs. We've got QCR. Another QCR, that one's unsleeved. Bad sleeve behavior. Mermail, Black Rose Dragon, Platinum. Got a Fang of Critias that is unsleeved. What are you doing, dude? Why are these not sleeved? Especially this one, because actually I think this is one, yeah, the Fang of Critias. Like I wanted to try to get the Fang of Critias, the Claw of Eremos, and the Eye of Timaeus in QCR. So I'm going to put that one to the side because that is one for sure that I knew that I was going to pick up eventually anyways. Let's see, is this the complete set of the 10 promo? Oh no, bunch of Exodia. That's kind of nice. Galaxy Eyes, Firewall, Enlightenment Paladin, and Deco Taco. The Exodia head actually has started to go up in value recently, which is pretty good. So there's, it looks like there's a bunch of the 10 promo QCRs. Let's see. Is this all miscellaneous? So this looks to be, yeah, this is all miscellaneous 10 promos. And then, of course, you guys already saw all of these. Let's go into the rest of our stack. All right, we got a little bit of everything here, guys. Just a little bit of everything. Some more QCRs that are not sleeved. That's okay, because like some of these are super low, like low price. This is maybe $1. We got the collector's rares of the sphere mode, a couple of those. Summon limit, the weird looking dude, Small World, Rhoda, Red Eyes Red Eyes a Flare Metal. Couldn't get that one out. My guy, Red Eyes, Pot of Prosperity, very nice Pot of Extra, Pot of Desires. So a good little mix, guys. Again, everything will be pretty much up for sale. There's going to be a couple things I'm probably going to keep for myself because, you know, I'm still... There's one of them. There's a Claw of Airmosk. Put that to the side. I wonder if the Eye of Timaeus is in here as well. That'd be kind of cool. We got the Mermail, the, what is this one? The Atlantean Heavy Infantry, the Burning Abyss cards. Stone of... Oh, that's kind of cool. Element of Hero Inferno. Too many cards, guys. Getting distracted. Getting a bit distracted. Obelisk, Slifer, Token Stampede. So I'm going to go through these kind of quickly. Oh, I wish that was a QCR. So Power Tool Dragon, got a Lina, ABC, the Draco Face Off. Bunch of these Platinums, bunch of Platinums. So should see some big stuff here soon. I think that blue binder that I first showed you guys, I think it was blue. Yeah, that first binder should actually have a lot of the bigger cards, which is good. But there are some other binders that I saw in the collection too. So, but a lot of this stuff is going to be like under $1. Some of it might be a little bit over $1, but that's not too bad for that first deck box. All right, next of our deck boxes, this big purple one. Let's see if we can figure out what this is. Oh, is this is that Inuyasha? I think so. I'm pretty sure that's Inuyasha. It has been years since I've even thought about that TV show, the anime, I guess at least. Okay, let's just see what's in here. I don't remember. I'm not too familiar with the decks. Oh, we got, it looks like the Chimera deck. Let me pull these decks out. Deck number 1 is up on the table. Let's see what we've got. And yes, I know that those things are magnetic. It's just, you know, I don't have the right space to be able to do it, so I have to kind of move things around some. Looks like we've got the Chimera, like the Illusion. I don't know what this deck is actually called. But again, if you guys want this deck just straight up, if you guys see this, you know, obviously I'll price it out, make sure it's fair, makes sense. And, you know, if you guys want to pick it up just all in one go, definitely feel free to. Like, either that or I'm just going to have to deconstruct it and sell everything separately. But we've got some good stuff. So Super Polys are in here, Ash Blossoms, Triple Tactics Talents, Effect Veiler, Drone Lockbird, all the typical staples. So yeah, this definitely seems to be like a pretty decent, well-built deck. I don't know much about it, but I'm going to assume he's got all right things. Infinite Impermanence, another Ash Blossom, another Imperms, another Super Poly, another Imperm. So yeah, definitely the Gazelle, like the Illusion deck, I'm guessing that's what this is. I didn't know this was actually an Illusion monster. So that's a first. The first time seeing and think about that one. And then 3 Nibirus at the end. So there's that first deck. I think there were a couple decks. Maybe he took apart one of them to send it over. Our next one. Let's see what this one is. Marincess? Atlantean? Something water? Maybe? I don't know. Looks like we've got maybe just the water deck. I think so, because it's a bunch of Marincess stuff. I know that this has gotten pretty popular here in the last couple months. More Ash Blossoms, so that's nice. At least there's a good mix of Ash Blossoms in here, because those are always money, at least at the, you know. If anything else, like a lot of these Ice Jade cards, these are like under $1. So there's a lot of cards in here that probably aren't worth too much, but I know a couple of the Marincess ones are because it is popular. Marincess Dive is decent. Got a Book of Moon, that's kind of cool. More Drone Lockbirds, Imperms, Effect Veilers, Imperms. Marincess Dive again. There's a Dark Hole. Cheeky little Dark Hole. That's kind of cool. From the Monstrous Revenge. Alright, finishing up the rest of this deck. Another Effect Veiler, Ash Blossom, Drone Lockbirds, Book of Moon, Ice Jades, Marincess, Imperms, and Marincess Spring Girl. So there's those decks. Now we do have, looks like a couple binders to go through and a big box on the very bottom. Let's see what's in that big box. Well, I found out why the box was so heavy. So you guys can see there's this big, I think this is a 3K? 4K? Whatever this one is. So there's this gigantic big box. So what I'm probably going to do, obviously I can't, I don't have the time like for a video. I guess I do, but it'd take forever. So I'm going to go like through this quickly and find any of the big hits if there's any possibly in here. And then there's also this big binder. So this gigantic binder will not fit on my particular camera setup. So same thing, I'm going to go through this and see if there's any big hits in here and just filter through it, pull those out as well. So with the power of editing, I'll be right back. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So I went through that big, gigantic white box, and there were actually 2 binders that were bigger than that small first one that you guys saw, that blue one. So I went through and pulled out what I thought was like some of the more like valuable stuff, or what might be interesting to look at. And pretty much like a lot of it was really good, like playable bulk, but a lot of it's not like super expensive. So you guys need any support cards for any pretty much any archetype for the most part, like Live Twins, Sky Strikers. You guys will see a bunch of it today that you guys see like in front of me right now. So we're gonna go through the first couple cards. These were just like throwing in some top loaders on the side. So random ones, we got a Blue Eyes, a right arm, right arm, left arm, a random Korean ultimate rare, and a random Korean secret rare. They were kind of just in there. And then I don't even know where to pull from. Oh, actually, this was actually kind of interesting. I do remember him saying this. So we've got a PSA 5 first edition Jinzo. So if you guys are needing specifically a PSA 5, you know, this is probably like moderately played condition. So that's going to be like probably where I price it unless there's actual specific comps for a 5. But even in a 5, guys, Jinzo looks so nice. Like that secret rare foiling. I really think Jinzo is one of the best looking secret rares that are out there. Like hands down. All right, so we're going to go through some of these stacks that I pulled out, guys. Some of these are going to be what looks like pre-constructed decks. I did my best to try and keep everything together. Here we had like an extra deck, I think, for Sky Strikers. So again, a lot of really good playable stuff. These are just extra cards that you could use. It seems like he was using these for a Sky Striker deck, so there is that stack. Then here's a good little mix of cards. These are just kind of like all random. Now, I think I just grabbed a bundle. Like, pretty much anything that was sleeved or double sleeved, I pulled out just so I could go through it and see, like, if it's actual valuable cards. I know Diviner has been a little bit popular more so lately. So, Preparation of Rites is pretty good. My guy, Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. So, there is that stack. Now, I guess I'll just grab... I'm going to go from the side here, actually. We've got what looks to be... I think this is a Flowunderies deck. I'm going to kind of split this one in half. So, we have the first portion of it here. Shifter, evenly matched, yeah, Flowunderies deck here. Ah, man, so many good decks. If there's one particular deck that you guys see as we're going through this, if you guys want to be like, hey, I'll buy that, price it out for me, then I'll be happy to do that for you. So just let me know. I'm going to try and keep everything together, and then I'll probably, some Triple Tactics Thrust. I'll try and keep things together, and then maybe look at splitting things up later on if they aren't selling. But I know I do have a lot of people that actually play the game that watch the channel. So if there is, again, something you guys see that you want, you know, just hit me up. And here's our next deck. I think this is Sky Striker. So maybe that extra deck belongs to this one. So Sky Striker stuff, that must be the case. But oddly enough, I think these were at different parts of that big, I think it's a 4K or 5K box. I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, these are Sky Strikers. So I'm assuming those other sleeve cards do go to this particular stack of cards. I don't know. I know it was fun to go through, but I'm like, man, there's a lot more here than I thought was going to be here. And again, I don't remember. I could be wrong, but I don't think he told me he was sending all this over, which like is fine. It's just like this is going to take a while to go through there, guy. But the best thing to do in this case is to just do like a commission sell instead of like pricing it out with this type of stuff, especially if I'm going to sell the decks in like a whole. Just like give me a price and then we can go from there. So that's actually an ultimate rare. That's kind of cool. I actually do need a Fallen of Albaz ultimate rare, so that might have to get pulled out of the deck and replaced with like a regular holo or something. But no, like I don't need it. It's just eventually I want to try and collect all of the OTS ultimate rares. So that's one that I just don't have yet. I love Despian Lulu with Lilith. One, the name is funny, but two, the card art is just stunning. Is that the original? Yeah, it is the original secret rare. Recently picked up the Starlight rare, which looks like amazing. 3 more stacks to go through before we get into that blue binder. I know the blue binder must be where all the vintage stuff is at, because there are actually vintage cards, guys, so bear with me. We're getting to it. So most of this stuff is modern, and I know not a lot of my viewers like modern stuff, but some of you guys do. A lot of you guys ask me questions about, you know, playable, like what's good and this and that. And I'll be honest, like I don't know a bunch. I just know like what sells, so I know what to recommend. Here it looks like we've got a Sword Soul deck, which is awesome because I do love Sword Soul. One of my favorite archetypes. I remember when I was going to actively start trying to play in real life, play in person, Sword Soul, a Baron, RIP. But this is the deck that I was going to try and actually build and play. And I do actually have it mostly built out from before, like any potential bans or whatever things got put into the newer decks. Here is an Exo Sister deck. I love Exo Sisters as well. I think they're super fun. So here is the extra deck portion for the Exo Sisters. We got I always say this every time. Super Star Slayer. Imperms. So many Imperms. If you guys need Imperms, Ash Blossoms, Potus Prosperities, like all of it, it's in this collection. So plenty of good hand trap and modern staples to go around. So if we end up breaking up any of these decks... Oh, first ed from Storm of Ragnarok. I actually need one of those. So that might get yoinked out of the deck and replaced with something. Maybe, I don't know. Again, like, a lot of this stuff, if it's a deck and you just want that specific deck, I'd rather just sell it as a whole, because that'll be a lot easier than trying to sell everything separately. And here are just some random cards that I pulled either from those binders or that were inside of that big, gigantic BCW white box. So we got a Power Tool, we got some Ultimate Rare Psychic Overloads, not the best shape. So I know a lot of the vintage stuff isn't in the best shape, but, you know, not everything's always going to be mint. More playable, modern stuff. Again, these were all... These didn't seem to be a part, like, of a very large deck. These all just kind of seem to be dumped in there. We got some Compulsor Evacuation Device, Ultimate Slayer, another Compulse. Super Star Slayer, some more Ash Blossoms. These weren't sleeved. Heart of the Blue Eyes. I got a Shield of Millennium Destiny. Left leg, right leg. Exodia Head, Ancient Gear Dragon. One more stack, and then we're going to go into that small blue binder. I'm actually really excited for that one, because it is where all the vintage stuff is at. Archlord, Cast Valkyria, Book of Eclipse, Book of Eclipse, Book of Eclipse, Dark Holes. Lightning Storm, Psyframe, Millennium Onx. Of course, that's awesome and playable. 7th Ascension. This card is actually pretty expensive. Wait, no, I'm thinking of the 7th Tachyon, the one from the whatever set that is. That just recently came out not that long ago. But yeah, 7th Tachyon is expensive. 7th Ascension, not so much. Crossouts, we got Underworld, all the playable stuff, guys. Like, this is crazy. Super Polys. Super Poly for days, baby. Trap Dust Shoot and a Max C. All right, I'm ready for the vintage stuff. That's enough of modern for me. Shifting over now to the binder cam. We're going to do our best we can to show off this binder. Thankfully, it's one of the smaller ones, so we can kind of like move things around a little bit easier. So, kicking things off, we do have a Japanese... Is this a promo? No, that's from the quarter century, but... Quarter Century Pride, I want to say. Or is that Unity? What is that? Quarter Century LP? I'm not sure what that is, actually. But anyway, moving on. We've got the vintage stuff. We've got a Summon Skull, Swords of Revealing Light. This is unlimited and a Trap Hole. This looks to be... That is indeed first edition. That's pretty cool. That's a Euro print. Dang it. So it's not NA, unfortunately. But I am very excited to check out some more of the vintage stuff. See what we have here. We've got a Summon Skull. Looks to have some nice Hollow Bleed on there. A Platinum Rare, so it's not all vintage, but we got the Dark Magician, the reprint, BPT Blue Eyes. We have Change of Heart, Fairy Meteor Crush, Lord of D, Flute of Summoning Dragon. Very cool, very fun. Oh, we got a Dark Magician of Chaos. This is a QCR. And I know this is modern, but QCRs do kind of catch my eye on the occasion. Got a Dark Magician, another Summon Skull. That one looks really nice. I love the original super dark saturation ones. Those are just gorgeous. Another BPT up there, but that one is the original print, not the reprint. Some more BPTs. Lord of D, Beast Skull Dragon. Got a first edition Gear Freed, first edition the Fiend Mega Cyber. Now, I already know that a lot of this stuff is not in mint condition, so that's totally okay. But we're going to shift things down just a bit and keep things on the camera. We got a Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. We're going to check this guy out. I can't remember if he said this was in good shape or not. First glance, looks like there's some lifting on the top edge in the corner, so unfortunately not mint. The back is pretty cooked. At first glance, I'd say that's at least moderately played, but Blackluster Soldier is obviously played in a lot of the older decks. A lot of GOAT format people like to pick up those like moderately played condition copies because they are better to play with. You know, you're not going to run the risk of like damaging your cards too much more than they already are. So, you guys, and pretty much everything in this collection will be up for sale. So, again, please hit me up, because this stuff needs to be sold. Oh, we've got Buster Blader QCR. That's one I don't have yet. And then on this side, we've actually got a Gaia the Fierce Knight, first ed. Oh, man, this is a big card. Let's check this one out. I don't like that it's in this penny sleeve in here, but we're going to check him out. Oh, yeah, unfortunately, he is a bit beat up, but that is indeed a glossy print Gaia the Fierce Knight, guys. So we do have some vintage stuff, but he is seen some better days. He is I'd put him like heavily played, maybe. That's a bit rough. That is indeed a bit rough. But for those of you that just like to have stuff in your binder or some shiny cardboard, then that would be a great one. Got a Swords of Revealing Light, Beast of Talwar up there, one of my favorites. Going on to the next page. Got some DMGs and Dark Magicians. I really, really love the QCR of Dark Magician. I might actually keep all three of these. Just hey, getting it out there, guys. This is actually one of my favorite Dark Magician prints. I love the way the QCR actually hits on that one. So I need to pick up a PSA 10 of this one still. It's not super expensive. I need to get it before the price goes up. So sorry for the glare, guys. One of these days, I might come up with like a secondary setup to try and do binder recordings, because these obviously aren't ideal. It's not the best, not the worst. Could be better, but it gets the job done, I guess. We got some red eyes, cyber dragons. We got some, big stuff coming up here. So we've got a, it's unlimited. It's an unlimited, but it is a collector's rare Blackluster Soldier. We got some Starlight rares down here. So this is an Exo Sisters Magnifica. I know there were a couple Starlight rares. We got some of the collector's rares up there on the top of the Sophias. We got 3 Exo Sister Martha Starlight rares. I don't really know what the price of that one is nowadays, but I know once upon a time it was pretty expensive. Then a Starlight rare, I think that's, yep, up there. The Full and Reason Snell. We've got Dark Magician, Battle of Chaos artwork. Love this artwork, guys. One of my favorites. I actually have, I think, 2 copies of the Ultra. Maybe I'll add that as my playset. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. We got another Starlight rare of the Dynamorphia Theresia. Some Skill Drain ultis. Tearlaments Rhinoheart. Meteorionus Drytron Collector's Rare. Ooh, Forbidden Droplet. 3 of them as the QCR. So we got some big boy stuff in here, guys. So this collection is definitely not something to really skimp on and just pass over. So some pretty solid stuff. We got the Dogmighty Ecclesia, the Virtuous. I wish these were Euro prints. I still need one of those in Euro. Fortunately, NA is pretty flat, but that's okay. Whoa, hello, we've got some ghosties. 2 Red Dragon Archfiend Ghost Rare and a Blue Eyes White Dragon Ghost Rare up there on the top. I really do like they're growing on me. They could have been so much better, but they really are growing on me. We've got 3 Branded Fusion Ultimate Rares and Labyrinth Collector's Rare, and then some more Collector's Rare, some Labyrinth stuff. Got the Kashtira Fenrir's. These are the original Darkwing Blast Ultra Rares. Next page, Bestial Lubellion, Chaos Angel. That card is still pretty expensive, super playable. We got the Arius, the Labyrinth, the Butler. What is this from? That's Age of Overlord, actually. Really? Why don't I remember that card? This card is actually pretty expensive, the Azalea. I think it keeps going up too. And then, oh wow, what? I don't remember him showing this card. We've got a Ultimate Rare of Dark Paladin. This is the original Japanese one. Whoa, that's kind of cool. Definitely not in great condition, guys, but we're going to check this out real fast because this is a OG Ultimate Rare. Very nice. So not in great condition, guys, but a great binder copy. If you guys are looking for one of these, I don't know the price of what, like, this looks to be. First glance, I'd personally put it as heavily played, if not maybe damaged due to the, the condition issues and stuff, but very, very nice. And then we do have the Dragon Master Magias, some of the mega packs of the Blue Eyes and Red Eyes. Some more of those. Blue Eyes, we got the Dark Magician Girl, Breaker, one of my favorite actual prints of this one. I love the gold rare. And then the Called by the Grave. This card really has grown on me. I actually might end up keeping this one from the collection just because it's silly. It really is silly. I think it's fun. It's got a lot of fun. Oh, we got the Feet Pick Ash. Oh gosh. And the Zeus, one of the best modern artworks ever. That card is so sick. And I skipped over the Magi on the last page, but we do have another Magi up there. The alt arts of the Hayate, Lightning Storm, got the Mechaba QCR, Chaos Max QCR, a Dusted Gold. Man, we got some big bangers in these last couple ones. Claw of Eremos, was that the last one I was missing from the previous ones? I can't remember. But I know I think it was Eye of Timaeus, actually. And then we've got a couple more QCRs here to wrap us up at the very end of this page. A random Gemini Elf is tossed in there. Okay. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Oh, Zaborg! I was actually going to pick up him. So that one is for sure going to stay with me because I know I need him to complete all the Monarchs in QCR. We got the Aether, the Heavenly Monarch. And the last page, we've got the Yubel, Cyber Dragon Core, Galaxy, was that Cyclone, and Astral Karibo. Ooh, what a collection. Like, huge shout out to Dark Zeus. Like, that was insane. I mean, I'll save all this personal information and keep it private, but wow, I've got my work cut out for me. So I've got to go through this collection still, price things out, and then just try and work out a price, with the seller. With this stuff, guys, usually it takes me a while to do this, so just bear with me as I get back to you if there's anything specific that you do want. But again, pretty much everything is going to be up for grabs. So if you guys want to hit me up for anything, reach me on email or Instagram. You can message me down below. Everything is linked in the description, Discord as well. But of course, if you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for future epic content. If you support the channel even further, consider joining as a channel member. Get you guys some free packs and some epic pulls that we continue to get month after month. That's all I have for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. I do have to give a massive shout out to my channel members, Sargoni YT, K-Dragon, Mark Donnelly, Cody Slater, Josh Evans, Michael P. Sutton, Lazy Dane, Evan Rudolph, Allison Snell, Will Breaks TCG, Ram22, Roland Pryor, Austin and Kayla, Ghost King TCG, Derek Williams, King Louie, Tone Phil Show, Battle Phase, All for Chaos, James Roche, Chio, Rip Pax TV, and Attention Duelist. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I do hope you have a nice day. Hope you have a nice night. I will see you guys in the next one. This is CardBreaker. I'm out.